Hey, what's going on? Hey, what's going on? This is another episode of the Reporter Vlog News. This is another episode of the Reporter Vlog News for October 24th, 2025 on a Saturday, not Saturday afternoon, but Friday afternoon. Uh, so we're going to try to get a triple header and a double header at the end of the day. I'm going to get all these stories out off my Facebook timeline off in one fell swoop. But so let's get right into it. In the triple header, you pretty much got Hollywood, my home state news, and the lunatic. Let's say the lunatic gets a little bit more nasty, man, in the Donald Trump news. So for last, let's start with Hollywood. Janet Jackson wanted Tupac to take AIDS test in poetic set. The Justice set. New book claims. Man. Okay, this brought to you by TMZ. Uh, this came out 3 days ago, so these stories are kind of stale a little bit, but they're still useful. Especially when don't got a follow up though on these stories, but we'll be keeping our eye out for a follow up. But let's get right into it with the first one. Like I said, Tupac All Eyes on results. Janet Jackson wanted him to take a AIDS test, book claims. It's brought to you by the TMZ staff, published on October 20th, 2025 at 4:04 p.m. Updated October 21st, 2025 at 9:40 a.m. Tupac Shakur had a promiscuous reputation in the early 1990s, and much anticipated book claims it drove Janet Jackson to ask the studio to have him tested for AIDS for a kissing scene. Jeff Pearlman, a noted biographer, has written a new book titled "Only." Jeff Pearlman, a noted biographer, has written a new book titled "Only God Can Judge Me: The Many Lives of Tupac Shakur." And in it, he touches on Tupac's filming of the 1993 flick "Poetic Justice" with Janet. According to Pearlman, the two didn't get along much. With Janet, a consummate professional on the set, while Tupac had a tendency to come and go as he pleased. Days before the kissing scene between Pac and Janet, Pearlman writes, Tupac apparently kept talking about overwhelming Janet with his lips and mouth. And ultimately, Stephen Nicolay aides, a producer on the movie, was called to our trailer. Nicolay tells Pearlman Janet sitting with her then fiance Renee Alonzo Jr. expressed concerns about Tupac's playboy persona, and he says he told him he didn't want to swap saliva with him until I'm really sure he's really healthy and clean. Um, Steve dutifully went to Pac and Request, who apparently responded with a NSF. Yeah, ooh, Well, they say a very bad tirade aimed at Janet before flat out refusing to take the test. Nicolay said he doesn't blame Janet for asking about the test. AIDS was still running rampant in the early 1990s. And the immense Park had garnered a rep, so it wasn't the most unreasonable request. But we still did pretty well, despite the tension between the 27 million at the box office against the budget, about half that size, and it's still a fan favorite to this day. Only God can judge me. The many lives of Tupac Shakur, and we're sure that Janet's story is just the tip of the iceberg. hmm Well, we didn't know this, but you can't like the guy said it right here, pretty much summing up this story. Nicolaides, Nicolaides says here he doesn't blame Janet by asking about the test. Which pretty much bottom line, you can't blame somebody for asking about a test, because AIDS is still a serious disease today. And when Tupac, like I said, he did what he wanted to do. Let's put it like that. You know, he did, and he just wanted to put Janet on his list. And let's put it like that. Just wanted to put Janet on his list. So you can't blame Miss Jackson for asking for this test, like the guy saying, because like I said, it would have been on her if she would have caught something. If she would have caught something, because he wasn't gonna tell her he wasn't gonna agree with it. He yeah, all he wanted was well, you know what all he wanted. Yeah, you know what all he wanted. That man probably wouldn't be surprised. That man probably would had it. Probably had it. Yeah, and he just didn't know it. But that'll do it for this one. Uh, let's go to the next one. But this is some kind of story right here. Let's go, move on. Keep it moving. On to the next one. Oh man. Okay, let's see the comment by Trump. Let's keep it moving. Oh man. Yeah, let's keep it moving. Okay, from Hollywood to my home state of news. ACLU of Kentucky reached a settlement with Metro government over 2020 racial justice protests. Okay, this brought to you by WLKY, updated at 11:49 a.m. on October 20th, 2025. The publisher being Renee Maloney. Renee Maloney. Louisville, Kentucky. After 5 years, the ACLU of Kentucky and a New York law firm have reached a settlement with the Louisville Metro government over the city's response to the 2020 racial justice protests. Lawsuit claimed the LMPD used excessive force against protesters following the death of Breonna Taylor and violating the First and Fourth Amendment of rights of the protesters. Rights of the protest and the death of Breonna Taylor and George Floyd violating the First and Fourth Amendment rights of the protesters. ACLU says that the city's response to the peaceful demonstration was violent and notes instances where the LMPD used tear gas, flashbangs, pepper balls, and other weapons on the crowds, causing injuries to those expressing their right to protest peacefully. Legal director of the ACLU of Kentucky, Corey Shapiro, said in a press release, "We are pleased with this outcome for our clients, and we look forward to continuing to work on policy changes with LMPD. We will always protect protesters' right to express themselves peacefully without fear of police violence. As part of the settlement, the city has changed its policies, including limiting the use of chemical and impact weapons. A peaceful protest and creating a civil review and accountability board." Well, basically, these are two sides finally shaking hands over the past BLM protest riots, and with some kind of nights. Remember, police go walking them down the street. Pretty much everything was shut down. Spray paint everywhere on pretty much everywhere in the city. Like I said, it was some kind of nights. It was some kind of nights. Or nights out of this world. Yeah, it was some nights out of this world. Dudes breaking into 4th Street, uh, stealing things left and right. Man, 4th Street looked like a war zone. Yep. 4th Street looked like a war zone. But this is basically, like I said, the LMPD and the ACLU and the Louisville Metro government are pretty much shaking hands and moving on. Moving on. Okay, let's speaking of moving on, let's move on to the next story. The last of the triple header. Last of the triple header. Okay, and what a way to wrap up this triple header. Recently, pretty much 4 days ago, Donald Trump said, I guess he decided to be funny and make an AI video of him riding a plane with a king's crown on his head, dropping poop on protesters. There was a no kings protest, so Donald Trump decided to be funny and make an AI video of him getting in the plane, dropping poop on no kings protesters. That's right. Your president had to get in the plane with a nice shiny crown and drop poop on no kings protesters. In the AI video. This is go down as one of the all time ones. At least in his time in the office. I don't see how you can make an excuse out of this. I don't see how you can. Well, but let's get right to the story. It's brought to People Magazine. Yeah, but let's get right into the story. Like I said, it's brought to you by People Magazine, with the publisher being Esther Walcott. Published on October 19th, 2025 at 11:35 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. President Donald Trump fires back in the No Kings protest. Fired back at the No King Day by posting an AI video of himself bombing protesters with brown liquid. Poop. President Trump posted the fake clip of the No Kings protests returned in cities across the country over the weekend. Okay, President Donald Trump is hitting back with protesters and participating in the No Kings marches in his latest social media posts. On Saturday, October 18th, Trump 79 acting like that. 79. What think about it is, what's the difference with between his old age and Biden's old age? Why can't he why does Trump get an excuse in his old age and Biden doesn't get an excuse in his old age? But let's move on. On Saturday, October 18th, Trump uh, 79 posted an AI generated video of himself flying a jet while dumping brown sludge over crowds of protesters in response to the return of the anti-Trump protests taking place across the United States. In the fake clip, which was shared on Trump's social media platform Truth Social and is accompanied by the Kenny Loggins song Danger Zone, the president is seen wearing a crown while sitting in a fighter jet marked King Trump. He is then seen flying over large crowds of protesters, dumping brown liquid on them in what appears to be Times Square in New York City. Trump's latest pass comes as the No Kings protests return to the cities across the United States on Saturday. The protests followed the previous wave of protests organized by the activist group in June. The rally saw millions take to the streets on Saturday and speak out against the president and his administration. Anchor cities for the protests were Washington D.C., San Francisco, no wonder, San Diego, Atlanta, New York City, Houston, Honolulu, Boston, Kansas City, Bozeman, uh, Chicago, and New Orleans. Okay. On the No Kings website, the activist group praised the success of the summer event, which was held to protest Trump's military birthday parade in Washington. The world saw the power of the people, and the president's attempt to coordination collapsed. world saw the power of the people in the President Trump's attempt at a coordination and collapse under the strength of a movement rising against the abuses of power, the message read. Now he's doubling down, sending militarized agents into the communities, silencing voters, and handing the billionaires giveaways while families struggle. This is just politics. This isn't just politics. It's a democracy versus dictatorship. And together we're choosing democracy. And the activist group stated. Trump's latest fake post comes after he shared a racist AI-generated video aimed at Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer and House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries in September. Fake clips, which was also shared on the Truth Social platform, Trump depicted Jeffries 55 in a fake sombrero and mustache, and Schumer 74 speaking in an AI-generated voice, insulting. Oh, okay. In a fake clip, which I also shared on Truth Social, on the Truth Social platform, Trump depicted Jeffries 55 in a fake sombrero and mustache, and Schumer 74 speaking in an AI-generated voice. The fake speaking in an AI-generated voice, insinuating, insulting Democrats, immigrants, and more. Jeffries, who is the first black person to lead a major party in either congressional house or responded to Jeffries, who is the first black person to lead a major party in Jeffries, who is the first black person to lead a major party in either congressional house, responded to the video in a post on X. Bigotry will get you nowhere. Cancel the cuts, lower the costs, save the headquarters. Jeffries responded to the video on in a post X. Congressional House responded to the video in a good post. Congressional House responded to the video in a post. Sleepy. Jeffries, who is the first black person to lead a major party in either congressional house, responded to the video on posts on X. Bigotry will get you nowhere. Cancel the cuts, lower the costs, save healthcare. We are not backing down. Not backing down. Well, the Civil War continues between the Republicans and the Democrats. And this is just one instance. One instance. But this is a mayor. A man, this is one nasty message that Trump sent in this AI video. You got people right today that go justify this AI video. the AI video that he sent. Oh man. But that's a problem when you are part of something and you think and your mind is attached to one brain. And, uh, and if your leader thinks it's okay to do that, you're gonna think it's okay to do that. That's what happens. Shoot, I remember, like I said, I remember when the president was once normal. You got kids out there growing up in a time where the president is pretty much somebody that would fit real well in one of them good versus evil action hero movies. Yeah, living in that type of time. Wrong is right, right is wrong. Don't care about the image. Don't care about the. Now I portray, as long as I say what I want and present what I want. This is the mind of Donald J. Trump. But hang in there, Democrats. That's all I gotta say. Hang in there. Because this guy is working on another level of crazy. Another level. Like I said, he makes Bill Clinton a saint. And that's saying something. That's saying something. Make an AI video of him wearing a shiny crown, flying over protesters, dropping poop on protesters, fellow Americans. It shows you right there. It's a story that shows you that how much he truly cares about America. America First garbage. That's a smoke screen. This story right there. That in the ballroom. Hopefully, Americans in this in these United States take this situation in the ballroom situation, and remember that this is what America First is to him. That if you ain't loyal to me, you ain't no better than the garbage that I drop on you. It's where hopefully Americans out there would keep this in mind. Make a memorial of it in your mind. This is what happens, and this is what he truly thinks about you. About you. Those that hold him in a high regard as a hero, this is what he truly thinks about you. And another perfect example of I don't care, let them eat cake, is that ballroom. That's another perfect example. We got people out there now that's not willing to see that. Or they don't want to see it. Or they don't want to admit it. But this situation in the ballroom is what he truly thinks about you as an American. That he claims he want to put a country and the people that he claims he want to put first. No saying. All right, I think that's it for this one. All right, I'm gonna step aside and I'll be back. Guess later on to do the doubleheader and finish this reporter vlog news work off. But I'm gone. I'll be back with the doubleheader.